In this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about the settings that you want to go ahead and disable on your Apple Watch. Some of these Apple Watch settings will preserve the battery life, but in addition to that, may also enhance your overall Apple Watch experience by freeing up some clutter and just increasing the overall performance. So with that said, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and show you and talk about is the background apps. If you go in settings, go into general, and if you scroll down right here, you'll see background app refresh. You could disable this entirely, and what basically this allows you to do is basically it frees up the RAM, the internal software side of things, from reserving energy. Turning this off will actually allow the Apple Watch to preserve its battery life a little bit more efficient and will actually increase the overall performance. But just keep in mind, now whenever you open up a new app with this disabled, it's going to reboot the app. So it may take a little bit longer to open up some of these apps depending on how demanding they are. Now the cool thing is, you can actually scroll down, you can actually disable these on certain apps that you want this to be disabled for. So if there's an app that you rarely use, you only use once a day, and there's no need to really have it running in the background, you don't really want to force quit it, just disable it from here, and there you go. Now the next thing you may want to turn off, you can locate this in the notification tab. And that is the notification indicator, or if you scroll down, show summary when locked. So with the notification indicator enabled on this main watch face screen, on top here you will see a red dot whenever there's an unread notification. You could turn this off completely, so if we go back and turn it off right here, and now we left the other one enabled, keep that in mind. If we lock our Apple Watch, we can see the notification dot right above, and it'll go away as soon as you unlock your Apple Watch. So if you like to disable it so when you're actually viewing your Apple Watch, you could freely do so, or vice versa, you could disable it for a lock screen so when you wake up the Apple Watch, you can see and be notified and be aware that there is a notification that you haven't seen yet. That's what those two do, and it's fun to customize your device this way. And then I guess since we're here, if you scroll down, you could tap to show full notification. When this mode is enabled, it will hide your notification, but it will show you the app icon. So let's say for example we receive a text message, it's going to show us the contact information and the message icon, and that's it. If you tap on it, that's when you'll be able to read the full body of that message, including the text. Now still in our settings, if you go back to general, if you scroll down to where you see nightstand mode, disable this if you already have a nightstand next to your Apple Watch. I know it's kind of cool if this is your only Apple Watch to have a nightstand, but some people, they don't need the green screen showing them the time and the date. So you could go ahead and disable this if you already have a clock on your nightstand. Website data. Clear this once in a while. You really don't need this on your Apple Watch. It doesn't even have a dedicated Safari. Going back, I know screenshots can be annoying to some. You could go ahead and disable it right here. So next time when you bump the power button and the crown button at the same time into something, it won't take a screenshot and fill up your camera roll on your iPhone. Now the cool thing about this Series 7 Apple Watch is, yes, it does have the largest display available currently right now for the Apple Watch. It's 1mm larger for both the large and small models. So this means you really don't need to have your display maxed out in its brightness, trust me. If you go to your display and brightness, experiment with your screen, but for my personal experience, it's extremely visible even in its lowest settings. Then since more and more modern day Apple Watches are now being equipped with always on display hardware, that's basically this, when you cover it up you can still see the display, you could actually turn this off completely. I actually know a couple of people that actually decided to do this. They prefer it. So everybody has their own personal preference, but if you want to go ahead and turn it off, this is where you can find it, right underneath the display and brightness. Scroll down where it says always on, just turn it off from here, and there you go. And if you keep scrolling down where it says wake on rise wrist, you may want to consider turning this off, because I have noticed that my Apple Watch does constantly turn on just off of regular wrist motion. It's not a bad thing, but it does use up a little bit more energy than it should, especially during those times where you're just grabbing like a coffee table or something across the table and your screen wakes up. By disabling this, it'll prevent that from happening. So next time when you actually do want to wake up your screen, you physically do have to tap on the display, or just click on the power button or the digital button to wake it up. Still on this list, if you scroll down, you can actually change the wake duration. The shortest time is 15 seconds, so the screen will stay on idle for 15 seconds. You could extend the max to 70 seconds. Personal preference once more. When I'm making my videos, I usually max out 70 seconds. Now if you go back and we go into accessibilities and go into Chimes. Not sure, but this is now becoming enabled by default. Originally, this was like a hidden feature, so some users may still have this turned off, but those that do have this turned on, they want to know how to turn this off. Basically, what Chime does, basically on the hour, you'll get a haptic feedback or a chirp or a sound that your Apple Watch will play, kind of like a church bell does. Like every hour, it'll ring the bell, but this is like your watch. Some people get annoyed by this, and if you want to go ahead and disable that, it's right here. So just by disabling this, it will no longer do this. But if you want to change it, you can also adjust the setting, the schedule right here in the schedule, instead of every hour, 30 minutes or 15 minutes. So in our case, at 11 o'clock, we'll receive a haptic feedback. Now if we go back one more and go into passcode, scroll down to where it says wrist detection. You can disable the wrist detection right here, enter the passcode if you have that. It will disable some of the safety features like fall detection and such, so read this thoroughly, but if you're okay to proceed. With wrist detection disabled, now whenever you exchange clothes or something like that, you don't have to re-enter your password on your Apple Watch or use your iPhone to unlock it. If you have that setting enabled, you can check out this video right here. I cover how to do that. So basically, as soon as you enter the password, your Apple Watch will stay unlocked. So if you change clothes and you have to take off your Apple Watch or something, it won't prompt you to enter your passcode. It'll only do that when you put it back in the charging dock. Now the next setting can be found on the Apple Watch app on your iPhone. If you go into the General tab, if you see right here where it says Automatic App Install, you may want to have this turned off. Basically, whenever you download an actual app on your iPhone, if there's an Apple Watch version available, it will automatically download it on your Apple Watch. Sometimes this is awesome, sometimes this can be annoying, because then over time you're going to get your device cluttered like mine does, and it's going to make it difficult to find certain apps that you previously were using. And sometimes, from our personal experience, there's no need to have that other app installed on my Apple Watch. I'd much rather just look it up on my Apple Watch app store and install it that way. So you may want to consider disabling this for that. Now, since we're still on our iPhone, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the privacy settings. Now, you know when you download a certain app that asks you for permission to have access to your microphone, and then you accidentally hit yes, or maybe you want to go ahead and enable it. Some of these apps are kind of confusing, because some of these apps, there's no need to have a microphone, but if you accidentally requested and gave a permission to undo this, because on the Apple Watch, there's no way to do it. Everything is grayed out if you look into the microphone section. In order to do this, you have to go on your iPhone, go into settings, go into privacy, scroll down where you see the microphone icon. Here, you can actually have both your devices next to each other and see what kind of app is utilizing the microphone on your Apple Watch, and disable it from here. It will update immediately. So that's how you could go ahead and do that. Now you are aware of what setting to disable or enable to really get the most out of your Apple Watch. Now if you're curious what type of Apple Watch I'm personally using in this video, this is the new Midnight Series 7 Nike Edition Apple Watch. And it's the larger size screen model, which means it's a 45. And I'm still using the traditional Velcro strap that's unique to the Nike Edition Apple Watch. If you'd like to find out more about that watch, I actually review it right in that video over there. And then the video next to that one, that's another hidden feature video. But this one, some settings to enable that are hidden that will actually unlock some hidden potential of your Apple Watch. So if you like to unlock those hidden features, watch that video, Nike Edition, that video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.